Hello, everyone. Welcome to Secret Spaces, March 14th edition. We're going to be kicking off here in just a second. We're going to get our announcement tweets out, see if we can't get some more people here in the room to hear about the secret dashboard. We try to do Secret Spaces as often as we can on every Tuesday. As usual, you can mint a secret badge just for attending today. It's free to mint. It has encrypted ownership and encrypted metadata. We're going to get that link pinned here in just a moment so that you guys can discover it. So again, welcome to Secret Spaces. We're going to kick off now. So today we're bringing in a very special guest from the Secret Dashboard team. I'll let him give his own self-introduction and we'll jump into things. As soon as we get this tweet pinned, we'll also tell you how you can claim today's secret badge. But for now, please welcome Secret Saturn from the Secret Dashboard team. Welcome to Secret Spaces.
Hey Tor, thanks a ton for the secret space today. Pretty happy to be here today. So as you said, I'm Secret Saturn basically. So my real name is Alex, and I'm a long time secret validator for around over 1.5 years now. Been also involved in secret like for a very long time before it as well, and I've been doing some nice projects here and there in secret, and one of them was the nice dashboard that we created. That's just a short introduction, I think, for me. And I'm also doing tons of other projects inside of secret, but today the highlight is on the dashboard.
Well, we'll probably have time to get into some of those, but we'll start, of course, with our focus on the dashboard since that's new, exciting, and I have a feeling most people on this call haven't gotten a chance to interact with it yet. So let's just start with the basics. What even is the secret dashboard and where did this whole idea come from?
So the idea behind the dashboard is really to have a one-stop place where everyone who isn't really familiar with every tool that is available in secret or in the secret ecosystem has a nice way to just start off. So let's say someone is new in secret or doesn't know any specific details in it. He can go to the dashboard. He sees the network stats. He can use the exclusive wrapping feature that we have inside of secret, so to wrap openly visible tokens into their privacy preserving tokens, which is one of the main features that secret has. Also to have the connectivity that we need to other Cosmos based chains via the IBC feature, and also to have a dApp page to basically have like a nice overview of what the ecosystem in secret has. And for new users, that's probably the best thing to do, to just come in, see, okay, how can I bring in my tokens from the Cosmos ecosystem? How can I bring in my tokens from, let's say, from other bridges that we have? So we also have a bridge page for it. And when I got my tokens basically from other parts of the ecosystem, from Cosmos, maybe from Ethereum and so on, in secret, how can I wrap them? So how can I make them privacy preserving? And and then the last thing, of course, is after you got your tokens into privacy preserving versions of it, what are you going to do with it? And that's the last thing. That's why we have a dApp page. So that's just an overview for everyone who's new to just see, okay, what dApps are there in secrets? What can I use? For example, Stash, maybe one of the best platforms in secret for NFTs. Then, of course, Dexes, for example, and that's just for starters, that's like a good place to start off. What we also have in dashboard is also a shortcut to for feedback and for the secret support team. So what's extremely important is, of course, so let's say someone isn't really familiar with how the stuff works and something maybe goes wrong, transactions get maybe stuck. Then, of course, you have also a shortcut to the secret support team who will help you as soon as or as fast as they can. And I think that's was a huge improvement from the previous implementations that we had.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the quick overview. And we have managed to successfully pin the announcement tweet here just momentarily. So I'll pause you for just a moment so we can ask everybody listening. We have pinned the announcement tweet for Secret Spaces. If you're joining us from mobile, you can see it here pinned to the top of the space. Please take a moment to click on that and hit that retweet or that like button to get more people in here. That is also the link you're going to go to if you want to claim your commemorative badge showing you were here supporting Secret Saturn and the Secret Dashboard Squad. So you can go ahead and click through to that link to mint that special badge, only available for those of you attending Spaces. The claim code today may not surprise you. You do need the claim code in order to claim this, but it is a free mint NFT. Your claim code today is DASH, DASH, all caps. Enter that claim code. You'll be able to mint that badge. And there's a private metadata field that only owners are able to see. And that is going to include a very special link. I don't know if you want to leak that alpha or not, Saturn.
We're just going to wait until the end, okay?
Fair.
And then we can see.
Fair. Okay, my lips are
leak
sealed.
At the end.
Mint the badge now. Maybe you'll get the alpha early, or you can wait till the end and maybe get the alpha from Saturn yourself. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I'm going to reveal it later, okay? Let's do it.
We'll repeat it again. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get back to the dashboard then. So, everything you can do on the dashboard right now. Let's try to run through as much as we can, right? Because it from how you're describing it, it sounds extremely expansive and exhaustive. It's pretty much anything secret, and not just anything secret, but also drawing on a lot of this multi-chain power of Secret, being part of the interchain, being able to accept IBC assets. What can you do right now?
Okay, so let's go into the details. So the first thing that most new users want to see, of course, is how's the network doing, and to see how the network's doing is basically, so we got tons of interesting network stats that we need. So we have, of course, price, we have the transaction volumes, we have also the TVL for people who like to get more into DeFi, especially into Secret DeFi, which is extremely appealing for us. Also, then we got some nice network stats, I would say. Block height, the usual stuff, then the price, also the supply, block height, everything that you need to get like a good idea of what's happening inside of Secret and how healthy the community is doing. And also we got something for stakers. So of course, everyone likes to know, okay, how much yield can I get in Secret? How's the APY, how's the APR, and so on, how's the inflation? And we also got that data included in the network stats page. So that's what we really call like the first page. That's really the dashboard. Yeah, exactly. So dashboard wise, that's everything that we need. Of course, I'm more than happy to have extra suggestions for this. The dashboard is always evolving. So if someone has suggestions, please open up GitHub and the feedback page and give us any feedback that you want. I really love that the community, gives us the opportunity to work on this, and also, to have like suggestions on how to make it better, because dashboard is for the community, really. Yeah. So next up, and that's the main thing that we really like had the idea. And what happened in the past was we usually had this wrap page that Secret Labs wrote, which was quite nice. It's actually, for others that don't know, Secret Labs programmed a page that was called wrap.secret.network. So that was basically in the past that this was the go-to page to wrap your Secret tokens from the public versions into the privacy-preserving versions, and also to do IBC transfers. And that's basically where our idea came about. And what happened was we used the dApp on a daily basis. So we did our IBC transfers and we wrapped tokens all around, wrapped and unwrapped tokens. And we kind of had the feeling that, we had talks inside of the community to say, how can we make this better? How can we make the UX maybe a bit more appealing to users which are not familiar with how Secret works? Because Secret has extremely appealing privacy-preserving features, but of course, you need to be able to bring this to the masses and to people who are not extremely familiar with how it works. And that's basically where the idea came about. So we had talks inside of the community, also with the Secret agency. So thanks a lot to Ertemann for this. He especially wanted, and he especially helped us in making this possible, gave us feedback in everything that he could. Yeah, exactly. And from these community talks, we basically started off this idea. So we started basically just programming on this. So we created the pages. First, we just started to program the IBC and the wrap pages. And then we thought, okay, this could be more than just IBC and wrap and so on. And that's basically where the whole dashboard idea came about. And also we compared this to other dashboards. So for example, Osmosis, or maybe like Kujira Blue, which is also like a pretty nice dashboard. But of course, that's not in secret. So we thought maybe let's do our own very nice dashboard. And that's basically how our ideas came for this. Yeah, exactly. And personally, how do we get there? To be honest, I'm a validator for, let's say, a longer time. So I'm more involved into stuff right now. And the community basically had the idea, okay, we might want a dashboard that's similar to Kujira Blue and this Osmosis Frontier dashboard. So we said, okay, why not do one for Secret? And that's basically how we did it. So basically that was just me at the start, and then I took a good friend of mine in, who along for a very long time, who's very good with front end development, and then we developed this together. Basically, that's how we did it, and that's how the Secret dashboard came around. We had some nice alpha that we shared in internal groups, and everyone seemed to love it. And then we got some funding from Secret Labs for it as well, which I'd like to thank as well for this opportunity that they gave us, because that's they really saw the effort that we did, and that we really care about the network, and that we really like to have a very smooth user experience, as well as a very appealing user interface for new users.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that in particular, because I think we've talked a lot in the Secret community about how there's been this idea that you can either have privacy or you can have a great user experience, but you can't have both. And I don't believe that. Do you believe that?
Nah, not really. I mean, of course, what you have to do is you have to do some extra effort as, let's say, front-end developers. As a front developer, you have to do some extra effort to make user experience good. So if you just have like public, public coins and public NFTs and so on, it's a bit easier to do. And if you have privacy preserving features, you need to be a bit more careful on what the user needs to do, and what he needs to see, and what he needs to, especially even like sign with his wallet and so on. But it makes it a bit hard to develop. But it's certainly not impossible to do a good UI, and especially a good user experience. But yeah, I can totally agree with you.
Are there any improvements in particular that you're proud of relative to where we were coming from? Because I know we had some bridges, we had some wrapping pages, but we'd gotten some feedback, I know, as an ecosystem, that those could be easier to use or could be more accessible. Is there anything in particular when you think of this where it's like, wow, I'm really glad we solved that?
Yeah, for me personally, it always was the IBC transfers for me personally, because before it was, to be honest, maybe somewhat confusing, maybe what's going on with this web page. So the web page is quite nice. It has all the capabilities that we need, but the thing is, if you aren't like a very experienced, say, power user inside of Secret, it could be a bit hard to use. So the thing that we're extremely proud of was actually the IBC page, because it actually now has like a somewhat intuitive, picture of what's going on actually. So actually you see you see the Secret network on one side, and you see the other networks, let's say Osmosis, Cosmos, and Juno, maybe like other networks on the other side, just to have like a clear view of what's actually going on. And that was like one thing that we wanted to really solve, because IBC is one of the key things that keeps Secret alive, and that makes it really like a huge part of the Cosmos, of the whole Cosmos ecosystem in itself. So yeah, we're particularly proud of this, especially. What we also want to do is, of course, make it easy for people, for new users especially, who want to bridge stuff into Secret, especially with the upcoming new Axelar bridge that's coming. We also want users to have like a good idea of what's going on, and to use the Axelar bridge as seamlessly as we can. So yeah, but the IBC is especially the stuff that we're really proud of. I think that was like a lot. It's a lot more intuitive now than it was before.
That's great. I firmly agree that better UX leads to better adoption. Better adoption, of course, leads to scaling these privacy solutions globally. And that's what we're all out to do. Try to have millions of users come through Web3 and have the privacy guarantees that we're hoping to give them. So we've talked a lot about dashboard and how it came to be and how it works right now and how people are going to be able to use it. If you don't mind, I'd love to talk about some of the other contributions that you're working on for the network, because again,
Uh, oh yeah, sure.
yeah, since we've taken all this time, we'll take a slight detour and talk about that. So this is as you said, just one project that you're working on for the Secret community. How else have you been supporting Secret previously, whether it's, with the Ledger app or Fee Grant, Faucet? I mean, people probably don't know that even all of these tools are available. And hopefully hearing about it from you directly will get them to try to get hands on with the network, maybe perhaps for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, my deep journey in Secret really started when I started off my validator 1.5 years ago. And yeah, since then my voting power grew. I grew. I got more involved into projects, got more involved into governance as well. Yeah, exactly. And you know, from time to time, some very interesting projects came around. So one of these was, as you said, the Figure Faucet, for example. So was originally based as a community, as a CCBL, so a community curated bounty. And I thought, okay, if no chain has this, why not do this on Secret? Especially with the privacy preserving features, it could be very hard to, let's say, get a wallet actually going. How are you going to anonymously fund a wallet? And that's exactly what we tried to solve with the fee grant faucet, exactly. And I can also thank again the secret agency in Erzemann for this, because he also had some quite nice ideas on how to actually make this a seamless experience for new users. So let's say you want to fund a new wallet anonymously with some secret or whatever asset you like. What are you going to do? Before this, you had to rely on smart contracts, not revealing computations and so on. There were other tools that were quite nice, for example, just normal faucets, but these had all the disadvantages of, say, these can be drained. Normal faucets could be drained possibly. And so we thought, okay, we have this new Figurant feature inside of Cosmos, we have it inside of Secret, why not do this? So what the Figurant basically does is it basically pays your transaction fees. And you don't have to really think about paying any transaction fee anymore. You can just do a transaction as you want it. And everything is done in the background. So basically, you just call the faucet itself. Basically, just send your address to it. It will automatically give you a fee grant and give you the possibility to just pay your transaction costs with this. And what's quite nice about it is actually that we seamlessly integrate these fee grants into the dashboard. So if there's a new user who doesn't have any secret and just wants to unwrap his, let's say, or wrap and unwrap his IBC assets that he imports into Secret, brings them in. So let's say someone from Osmosis brings in assets. What is he going to do? And what we can do about it is we have the free grants, which makes it pretty seamless for everyone to just wrap their assets and use it for other stuff. So for other decks, for the new decks that are coming up for Shade, for example, they're also going to use fee grants. So that's quite nice. Yeah. So actually, this fee grant stuff actually goes hand in hand with the dashboard itself. Just have like a more seamless experience for users. Yeah, exactly. And then also the other part of it is, and it's also going into the dashboard again. It's like always revolving around the idea of having a seamless user experience, basically. So how can we make the user experience easier, more intuitive, and also reliable? And that's why I also started to get involved in the API proposal. So that's like a team of very experienced validators and node runners to have very robust API endpoints for users to have like a seamless experience and also to have a reliable experience. So, APIs might go down. In our case, what we have is we tightly monitor the APIs and the endpoints just to make sure that users don't experience any outages. And that's something that was very, I think that I really kept it in my heart. So, to have a reliable experience for users. So that's basically the whole thing that also revolves around the dashboard idea. Seamless experience, reliable, and easy to use.
I think that it's great to have a whole now collection of tools then serving end users on the network. Yeah, and it's very consistent, of course. So when it comes to the dashboard, then considering it sounds like you're thinking about every possible way you can be improving the user experience, is there anything that's not in the dashboard right now that you are already excited to add in the future, either the near future or the far future?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is basically just for me personally, this is just the start of this. So what are other things that we can add into the dashboard? One of these things is certainly staking. So users maybe don't like to use Kepler for whatever reason, or like any other thing. So we have like a very seamless wallet that we wanted to integrate into this. That's one thing that we want to do, staking, and especially a wallet feature. And then the other things is to also seamlessly integrate the bridge into Secret Dashboard. So let's say we have right now, with the upcoming release of the Axelar bridge, so basically we're going to obviously migrate the existing Secret bridge to the Axelar bridge. We also need to have a way to seamlessly, get assets from Axelar in, so from Ethereum and other EVM-based chains and so forth, and we also want to integrate this into the dashboard, obviously, because we want to have like one place for everyone to get their assets into Secret, and then obviously to have a way to say, okay, what can I do with them? And so the bridge is certainly coming. The wallet and staking is also coming. But we wanted to have like a first release out of it, for people to get familiar with it, and then build onto this strong base, strong foundation that we have to stack more awesome features on top of it.
Great. So we're about halfway through. This is absolutely the time where we're going to open the floor to anybody with questions or suggestions while we get through the rest of our topics here. So please put your hands up if you've got suggestions for things you'd like to see on the Secret Dashboard. If you've got a question about the Secret Dashboard or any of the products the Saturn's mentioned to this point, please put your hands up. We do have time to get you up here on the stage today. I suppose I should also ask, if people want to get hands-on with the dashboard, what is the URL? Is there one live at the moment, or are we?
Yes, of course. You can actually access it. Yeah, you can of course access it via dashboard.secret.network. Or if you like the shorter version, you can also access it via dash.scrt.network.
I like that.
So it just depends on what you like more.
I'm lazy. Let's go. Both versions work. So dash.scrt.network or dashboard.scrt.network.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're listening to this,
so whatever you like best.
Yes, go look right now. If you're listening to this and you haven't seen it, it'll give you a really good impression about where things are going, how they're going to look, and if you haven't seen this UX, you should go check it out. It's really exciting to see all the ways in which we're trying to be leaders in the cosmos and outside the cosmos on how you can get hands-on with the network. Really exciting stuff. And of course, with even more wallet support coming for the network in the near future, it'll be exciting to see how the dashboard can work with those wallets, how the wallets themselves can be serving solutions to Secret users. I think we're finally starting to see some really great results from some serious technical investments that were made earlier this year and last. I've got a question or a comment up here from Skrilla, so I'm going to add him to the stage. Welcome to the stage, Skrilla. How you doing?
Cheers, Alex, and rest of the Secret Saturn team for putting together the dashboard. It's truly revolutionary as someone who's worked on support in the past and helped guide people to all the different links. It's just good to have everything in one place. I just wanted to plug the workshop next week. So for anyone that's going to Paris Blockchain Week, we actually have the Secret Saturn team delivering a workshop. The context is delivering good UI and UX for privacy conscious users. So do come along to that. It's on Friday, 24th at 12 midday Central European time at the Normandie Le Chantier Hotel. So I posted the Eventbrite link in the comments to this Spaces. And do get in touch if you have any questions about that. We're going to record the whole thing and post it onto YouTube after the event as well.
Yeah, I'm also pretty excited to host this workshop in Paris. So let us know if you have any questions, or maybe you can you're there in Paris to join us, which would be pretty awesome. So obviously one of these topics is of course going to be the dashboard and how to make a good UI UX, obviously. And we're going to use the dashboard as an example, really. I mean, the dashboard has awesome features, and it made, I think, user experience for wrapping, unwrapping tokens, IBC and so on a lot better. So you're going to see some more of the inside of how we did it, basically. I'm pretty excited about this. So join us if you have the time and are in Paris.
Yeah, I was going to say, you may or may not have the time to fly to Paris, but if you already are, go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out.
I will just go ahead and reiterate everything that's been said here. With Secret Agency taking on a lot of efforts around the world, there's a ton of different ways, no matter where you live, to get in touch with people who are contributing actively to the Secret ecosystem. So if you're going to be in Europe, there's a number of things we're planning to be attending over the next few months, including Nebular and Gateway in Europe. In addition to what's going on now with Paris Blockchain Week, we'll also be in the US for Consensus and the MIT Bitcoin Expo, both of which are coming up in April. So a lot of different places you can go and meet members of the Secret Network ecosystem. Never a bad time to do it. I guess a question I would have then is, when it comes to, you mentioned a couple already, but when it comes to efforts to create similar types of dashboards or user-focused tools in other ecosystems, are there any ecosystems inside or outside the Cosmos that you think are really best in class and that everybody should be learning from?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, one of the benchmarks, as far as I see it, is and will be Kujira Blue. So you can actually see it at blue.kujira.something. It's actually like a really nice page, has like a very intuitive design. And yeah, we also looked at Kujira Blue and said, wow, this is amazing. And that actually gave us the inspiration to do it for Secret as well. So let's say, wow, this is an amazing UI UX experience for anyone who's in Kujira. And so we said, yeah, we also want to have something similar like this for Secret. That's nice and easy, intuitive to use. So Kujira Blue is really the benchmark that we also have, and that we also strive, to beat for the future.
Cool. Yeah, we'll definitely go check that out.
I think you might have a link there. Let me see. Yeah, you can actually check it out under blue.kujira.app. Maybe you have a link.
Blue.kujira.app.
Exactly. Yeah. It's really a very, very nice page for Kujira. But of course, that's really the thing that we want to beat and say we want to make an even better dashboard than this. Yeah, and we're constantly adding features into that, into our dashboard, and we will for the future. So, I think it's probably like the best time right now to share the next feature, probably. So that's one feature that's actually exclusive to Secret itself. So Secret Labs, it's about the auto restake feature. Okay, let's say it how it is. Yeah. So the next big feature that's coming soon into the dashboard itself will be this auto restake feature that Secret Labs implemented in the last upgrade. So we had a chain upgrade around 1 or 2 weeks ago. And with this chain upgrade, Secret Labs introduced the possibility to auto restake your staked secret that you have. So it automatically claims the rewards and automatically restakes them. And what's cool about this feature is actually that this is done on chain. So there doesn't need to be any restake provider that really does this for you. This is an on-chain feature that Secret Labs especially implemented for Secret, and which is exclusive right now to Secret. So no other chain really has this, as far as I know. But one of these main issues that we had is, how do we activate this auto restake feature that's so awesome? And yeah, that's exactly where the dashboard comes in. So if a new user wants to stake their secret already, what are they going to do? Now they can go to the dashboard, or soon they can go to the dashboard and actually use this auto restake feature. And if you want to have some nice alpha, you should check out the link inside of the stash badge. You can actually find a link there, and that link will lead you to the beta version, alpha beta version, let's say, of the auto restake feature. Make sure to check this out.
There's the alpha, yeah. And if you missed it, you do need a claim code. So if you want that claim code, good news, you're in the right place. We've pinned a tweet to the Secret Space. Go ahead, click through that Space's link. You're going to land directly on the page where you can mint your very own Secret Spaces badge honoring today's guest, Secret Saturn from the Secret Dashboard team. But you do need the claim code. Today's claim code is DASH, DASH, capital letters. That's your claim code. If you mint that badge, it'll land in your Secret wallet. You'll be able to decrypt the private metadata and be able to see this exclusive early look to the auto stake tool. This is super exciting.
Yeah, I also saw a question in the space, which was from, I can't say his name really because it's confusing. But he asked about plans to update the Monero bridge. We thought about this, but this is probably not on the first priority to say it like this. So the first priority would be to add staking and to the auto restake, the staking, and then probably the advanced bridge UI that we want to have for Axelar assets. So the Monero bridge is probably somewhere later on. Also, you have to keep in mind, of course, that if you have this Monero bridge inside of the dashboard, then you might have less privacy preserving access to the bridge, because before this, the real Monero bridge really was designed to be as anonymous as possible, to migrate your assets, your XMR from Monero to Secret. So it might compromise your privacy that you might want to have in some way. But it's definitely on our list to do. But I have to disappoint you a little bit. It's probably somewhere in the later stages. But I really like the question.
Good to know. Yeah, I mean, bridging is a hot topic.
Yeah.
We've also been having a lot of conversations in the ecosystem, not just for bridging fungible assets, but also NFTs as well. That was
Absolutely.
a hot topic. That was a hot topic that is that something you're thinking about as well?
You mean including NFTs into the dashboard itself? Something like this?
Sure, like including NFTs, but also like the bridging capabilities. We had some conversations this week with some great people who've received secret grants in the past, including the XP Network team, which built a bridge that's going to support secret NFTs with their integration. We saw a demo of that this week. Looks super cool.
I mean, right now we just focused on fungible assets. But if there's the bridge. If the bridge is going to be alive pretty soon, it's going live pretty soon, that's definitely one thing that we need to include in the dashboard, definitely. Right now, we're just focusing mainly on the fungible assets, because, that brings in the other part of Secret, which is like the Secret DeFi part of Secret. The DeFi is a pretty big part in Secret, as well as NFTs, of course. But yeah, that's definitely one thing that we're also going to include. Obviously, when the bridge is going live, when the NFT bridge is going live, we definitely need to have also an easy way for people who come into Secret to migrate and to bridge their NFTs in Secret, and to have their privacy preserving NFTs. Secret NFTs are really something that's pretty unique in the whole ecosystem, in Cosmos, even in Ethereum. So we definitely need to have a way for users to have a seamless way to bridge them over in Secret. Definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, again, everybody agrees. The question is more, what are the killer use cases that are going to drive demand for all of these things? So maybe as my last scripted question, I'll ask you, are there any applications for Secret, whether we're talking native applications or privacy as a service applications? Is there any application in particular, type of application even, that really excites you, that you would be really excited to see come to Secret in 2023?
One thing that I really quite like for the future is going to be the new wallets that are coming up, making it more easy for people, to come into Secret and use it on their mobile phone, to use it on their PC and so on. So not only Kepler, for example, Fina Cash, for example, which are constantly updating their wallets and so on. They're really doing a lot of effort to make sure that the app is up to date. Yeah. And also the other things that I'm really looking forward to in Secret is going to be the continued support for having robust infrastructure. With the upcoming Shade launch and Blizzard Finance launch, for the whole Secret DeFi ecosystem, we need to have a robust infrastructure, and I think we're going to have this, and we already have it. So I need to shamelessly make some self-advertisement for our Secret Express API endpoints, which is available for everyone in the community. So if you have a nice dApp and need a very reliable endpoint for your dApp, we are very happy to support you in 100% for what you're doing. We really like everyone to be able to use Secret to the fullest without having to, let's say, have a lot of headaches about the infrastructure. We're really keen on this, and we really want everyone to have a nice experience with Secret. So make sure to definitely contact us for help with your infrastructure, with help for your endpoints, with help, even Secret.js. So if you have some problems with connecting to a network, we're always happy to help. I think that half answers the question, but
I think it answers.
You can go in our
direction. And you snuck a shill in, which we always respect. So
yeah.
I think it went perfect. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to walk people through this stuff. And clearly there's a lot to get excited about. And clearly you guys are thinking about with the dashboard, anytime something new and exciting does hit Secret, you'll be able to find it on the dashboard itself. So everyone who hasn't, I'm going to reiterate one more time. Please check it out, dash.scrt.network. You can see the dashboard for yourself. Give Secret Saturn a follow here. If you're not already following the main Secret Network account, you probably should do that as well. So just give us all a follow here. We appreciate you coming back every week to Spaces to hear from all the people in the Secret ecosystem who are building critical components and thinking about the future of the network, the future of onboarding millions of users into privacy-first Web3 technologies and applications. I think we're going to start wrapping up here because I don't see a lot of other questions from the crowd. And because we've got about 15 minutes until something else super exciting, we are doing a developer workshop, fully online, fully remote. You'll just be able to participate directly from the Secret Discord. I've been told to shill this one more time, so please jump into our Discord. That is at chat.scrt.network. If you're not already a Discord member, definitely become one. That's where we drop all the alpha first. That's where the home of the Secret community is. Check it out, chat.scrt.network. Secret University and Secret Agency are going to be presenting a developer workshop to help you make and design private dApp. We had a ton of RSVPs through Eventbrite for people who are going to be coming for this, but probably a few people will drop in through the Discord as well. So get over there. We're going to kick that off in 15 minutes. And this is just one of many recurring workshops we're hoping to host over the coming months. So with that shill finally out of the way, we'll wrap up here. Saturn, any other information or links that you want to give people so they can keep in touch with you or keep track of your projects, keep track of dashboard? Where should people go?
I think the best place for me is personally just look at our Twitter and what's going on. We're also developing projects in the silence, in the quiet, I would say, which I'm not going to talk about actually, because we're just going, you will know when it's there. But we have awesome stuff going on that's under the hood. It's also kept a secret in some ways. So we actually want to have some privacy in some parts that we're developing. But yeah, just check out our Twitter. We're gonna make some tweets when we're ready. When we have something new to be released. Definitely make sure to check out the auto restake page. If you are on mobile, you can also use the Fino.cash wallets right now, because they also implemented it right now. But if you're on PC, on desktop, make sure to check out our nice alpha. And it's also going to be included in the dashboard soon. So make also sure to check that out. Aside from this, just check out Twitter. I'm pretty sure you're going to be seeing some very nice tweets from us, hopefully in the near future, about other stuff that we release and do. So yeah, just stay tuned. And would be nice if you really support us. If you don't support us, please support all smaller validators, of course, because they also need delegations to finance their endeavors. And I'm also supporting smaller validators with knowledge as much as I can. So if you don't stake with us, please stake with the smaller validators and give them some love. That would be awesome.
Decentralization is important. So yes,
exactly.
Please remember to support small validators in these networks. Help them stay online and serving the Secret community, because when they do, they come up with awesome technologies like the dashboard, like everything else we've been discussing on this Spaces. So seconding that, thank you again for joining us today for Secret Spaces to hear about the Secret dashboard. We hope everybody who's listening is getting hands-on with the dashboard a bit. It only improves with your feedback, so make sure you get in touch with Secret Saturn if you have feedback on the dashboard, have features you want to see added, get in touch directly. In the meantime, we will do Secret Spaces again. We usually do these on Tuesdays, so stay tuned. Follow the Secret Network Twitter so you get the announcement of when the next one is going to be. We know daylight savings time is an issue right now. Europe is eventually having their daylight savings time, but we're in that weird 2-week period where the U.S. has already figured it out and nobody else has. So we're going to keep an eye on the Twitter because we'll announce the exact UTC time where these are going to be scheduled, but we usually fix it so that they're always at noon U.S. Eastern time, and that's where I think we're going to be keeping it. So anyways, thanks again for everybody who took the time to join us here. These are always recorded. You'll see these on the Secret YouTube. You can re-listen to everything you heard here on Twitter as well. Thank you again. We'll see you guys all on the next Secret Spaces, and thank you again to our guest, Secret Saturn.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me today. Awesome.
Cheers, everybody.